am helpful, am I not?
Do not fear! Do not waver!
I thought you were going to say, I am helpful.
I mean, that's sort of Camellia vibes.
I am helpful.
Also, as for the reason why I'm literally smashing people to death with an Earthbreaker, it's because for this re-record of the beginning, I thought to myself, I'm gonna make a build that's just going to smash through this shit as fast as possible, so I have to spend as little effort going through the shield maze a second time as possible.
The spirits demand your blood!
The only way I could have made it any easier is if I changed the difficulty to be easier.
What do we
But
have here?
So you people are here to listen to us, not to see
Combat is the most boring part of every Pathfinder game. Sorry, not sorry.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
So much so that people will literally build their characters to get through it as fast as possible.
Pain is excruciating.
You think it's for power and to show off, but no, it's just to get through the combat.
I gave Ambriel some. Fuck out of here. I gave Ambriel some interesting Hell Knight specific feats that you guys might see come up in combat.
So this is how it feels.
I'm not sure. I got distracted by Camellia. I'm not sure under what circumstances that they might come up, but if you decide to bring him with you when you're, of the appropriate level, I think you'll have some fun with him. Alright, Aaron, you're up.
Alright. Listen here, you. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you, don't show the light of heaven to Saul.
Lan is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels.
Lan. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me, it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads.
I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors.
The descendants of great warriors. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness. That we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves, and another to fight in the shield maze. I've been there. I spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more trackers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when the whole world is out there waiting for us? That's when we thought. But we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge. It's cunning and full of traps. Dark as the primordial night, and if you close your eyes and listen, you'll hear whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance seem to rise and fall with the beating of your heart. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again. And it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters burst into the maze with no idea where they're going. All because Lan believes that the glowing sword will solve all our problems.
That's a pretty wicked windwog. I'd be more inclined to listen to her if she took that tone with me. I'll think about it. Let's go.
Don't show the chief the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Ugh. The one weird thing about her is that she does have that raspy voice, a little bit of
Yeah.
a rasp to that. I think I maybe overdid it there.
I
And
thought it sounded pretty good.
she also has that slight Russian inclination to her.
Yeah. The maze.
It's like a few things, just a tiny bit of things that are pronounced more with a Russian accent than English.
Yeah.
Always watch your back.
She will not be appearing very much in this particular playthrough, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be taking her with me. Spoilers. I'm not taking Windwog with me. Your first impression of the mongrel village is of a squalid dump with the odors to match. Unblinking, glowing... Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white, eyeless fish, while others are repairing fishing nets. All of the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the air. You could be Sol.
Okay. A heavy-set, aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way towards you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctly rat-like appearance with pronounced teeth. You hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of the eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Uplanders, end times are upon us indeed.
Chief Sol, we found the angel's sword, and we found the one who can wield it. She had a vision, and now the angel's sword together with the light of heaven are somehow inside her. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive. We can go save them.
Sol raises his hand with ragged, broken fingernails. Ah, then. Always dreaming, always talking. You're too hasty. Too hasty for your own good. It's going to get you in trouble. Sol eyes you up and down. An uplander with the light of heaven. That's too good for us. Our kind doesn't have... No. Our kind don't have good things happen. There's always a catch. Len trusts people because he likes to believe. Isn't that right, Len? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show the light. Windwog stares at you intently like a cat watching a bird and shakes her head in warning.
Fuck you, Windwog. Lance speaks
don't
the
do it.
truth.
Don't you do it!
Fuck.
We...
Heavenly flame flares to life at your unspoken command. Bright, pure, dancing with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam passing through stained glass. The mongrels abandon their tasks and stare, transfixed. The light is bright, but not blinding. It is warm, but its warmth is soul deep.
Sol is silent for a while. Tears are streaming down his wide, pale face, but the old man doesn't care to wipe them away. So it's true. The angel did not forsake us. No. He came back from the dead. He came to save our children.
Len gives you a nod of thanks. The scaled half of his face is indifferent, but the human half is visibly relieved, as if he wasn't sure all this time that you would support him. That ear is not an elf ear. It's just a weird ear. It's kind of like a bat.
It's weird.
It's a weird ear.
Windwag hisses at you like an angry cat. See these fishermen and these hunters, these husk of men and women? Their blood will be on your hands.
I am not responsible for others' decisions.
And why are they making these decisions? Because of you. You've sealed their fate. You're a murderer.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. You always think the worst, Windu. We're not on our own in this anymore. We've got allies. Well, a couple at least. But one good fighter's worth 10 bad ones.
You have the right of it, Len. But we're neithers. We're going to wait. I sent a messenger to summon all the tribes. It will take time, yes. But they all will come. They will all come for the light. Wait, then. Wait, a blender. Rest a while in one of our huts. Our home is your home.
Alright, Chief. Understood. Let's hope that a few hours isn't the difference between life and death for those kids. If they ask me what took us so long, I'll tell them it was your decision.
Windwag only grits her teeth in silence.
Yeah, we all level up. I'm not gonna level up Windwag, though. I will be taking all of this loot and selling it to the local town vendor, though. Which is thievery.
Oh, look, stuff.
But, you know, since when has that ever stopped me before?
You're robbing the lowest of the low.
Literally.
Literally and figuratively.
Careful now.
You can also be Horgus Gwyrm.
Horgus Gwyrm.
Yeah, Horgus Gwyrm. He's a fat rich man who hates poor people.
Oh boy. Finally, someone from the surface was beginning to lose hope. Elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approach you.
That isn't ostentatious.
It's different tastes for a different time. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and bruises and twisted in an expression of extreme contempt. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Gwyrm. Yes, that Gwyrm. You no doubt have heard of me if you spent any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you.
Your name tells me nothing. Who are you?
You truly are freshly arrived in the city then. You couldn't have picked a worse time. That's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you're looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Canabras.
Ooh, pinky out.
I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but the Gwyrm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city, I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any of the festival delicacies? You have Horgus Gwyrm to thank for that.
I mean, Horgus. They literally destroyed the festival before I got to try any of the food. I didn't get to try any of it. How did you end up here?
What a shame. For a moment, Horgus's eyes focus on Camellia before his gaze returns to you.
Oh, whoa.
Like everyone else, down I went when that accursed beetle cleaved through the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm doubly lucky I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings. Instead, came across hunters from the settlement. Although I must say, when I first glimpsed their physiognomy. Physiognomy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Although I must say, when I first glimpsed upon their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But it turned out to be decent chaps. Frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain.
You don't speak very kindly of the mongrels, even though they saved your life.
Kind words are for people with hours to fritter away on pleasantries. Horgus Worm speaks his mind. And he pays for services rendered, not with kind words, but with hard coin. I gave the mongrels my dagger in exchange for their help. Its handle is worth more than their whole village.
Horgus, these are subsistence farmers and hunters. These people don't have currency. What makes you think that they're even capable of understanding that your dagger's handle is worth more than their village when they don't have the economy in place to even make that a thing?
If they ever traded that dagger back, I'll be giving them a lot of coin. Which they can't use because they have no economy. It's a terrible trade deal. Probably the worst I've ever seen.
The worst trade deal in the history of trade deals goes to the mongrels versus Horgus Worm. So what kind of business
You weren't
proposition-
supposed to do that. I don't know what's happening on the surface right now, but I'm determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city. If there's anything left of it. You seem to be a remarkably strong warrior. Just what we need to get through these caves and past the bloodthirsty beasts that inhabit them. You are strong. It will no... You are strong. It will be no trouble to you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was.
I can see that.
I can't go crawling around through caves playing as scouts. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city, and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins.
I suggest we help this man. It is good to have friends among the Canabras elite. I'm gonna ask for 2,000 gold.
Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstances? Very well. Make it 2,000.
Deal.
Splendid. In the meantime, I shall sit here, in the village.
I should go.
Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. Fast-talking voice for a fast-talking businessman.